You can place your feet like this or even like this, like a boss. The headrest adjustment in several different positions, backrest adjustment in 4 different positions with a series of buttons to tweak. And even though it's the most comfortable chair that I've used so far, it's not the most expensive that we have used. This is the MUSSO X700. It has this headrest that can be adjusted in height, tilt, rotation and depth, up to 70 centimeters in height, 45 degrees tilt, 135 degrees rotation, which is, yes, 180 degrees of adjustment range, plus 5 centimeters back and forth. It may sound a little bit, but it's not. It's a lot for this kind of adjustment. And it makes a big difference in finding the position that we really want. The backrest can be adjusted in height with 5 levels for a total of 8 centimeters. And it's easy as just pushing it up. So if I want, I can adjust another level. It was on 4th and now 5th. No, this is the last one, so we can put it down once again, and then I just need to go and move with the clicks, and then once we reach the maximum, we just need to lift once more and it will go to the minimum value. This is really, really cool. It has 4 independent support zones that will adapt to the shape of our body and how we sit. This part here, the lumbar support, has this dial that if we turn left or right, we will increase or decrease the lumbar pressure. And with our body movement, when we lean back, the lumbar adjusts automatically at the same time, which we will feel here on the back, adapting to its own recline angle. And if you don't want this, which I don't believe, there's a lever here that I just need to press and it will be completely stopped. But in my opinion, for the past 2 weeks or so that I've been using the MUSSO X700, I've been using like this, unlocked, so that we can feel all these adjustments. And this is crazy. When we lean back, there's a bit of resistance, but you can lock it in 4 different positions. One is fully upright for working like this, one almost fully flat or close, and there are 2 intermediate positions. This is controlled by this hydraulic system button right over here, which is really, really cool. We just need to pull it up or pull it down to lock or unlock. On the other side, there's this lever that I thought it was to go up and down, and it isn't. If we press the lever, then we can push it back or forwards, and we will be able to adjust the seat to the front or to the right. Then the armrests here are really, really comfortable, probably the most comfortable ones that I've used. And one of the reasons is that they are made of this synthetic leather, which is awesome. We can adjust in 360 degrees, we can adjust forwards and back, up and down, and in height as well. Plus, the arm itself rotates 270 degrees. So we just need to pick our position. But for example, this is insane because I can rotate it 360 on the pad itself, but on the arm we also have 270 degrees all around. So it is a lot to adjust, and for me, at least on the past few days that I've been using, my favorite way is, probably this is the right way to be for anyone, but I found that I'm more comfortable if I rotate it like this, the smallest part here on my elbow and this part for my hand, and then I just need to adjust closer to my body, something like this, and it will be really, really fit. But this will depend on our body and the way that we will feel more comfortable. The only adjustment that it's like, compared to other chairs that we have tested in the past, is the inclination. It doesn't have inclination. It does a lot of movements, but no inclination. By the way, the noise that you are hearing is not from the chair. It is from this stool that I'm sitting at the moment. We will test the chair noise in just a moment, if any. Now, beneath the seat, we will find here this leg or foot support. We just need to pull it out like this, and then we can either place the feet directly on the support or flip it around and use this cushion, which is also synthetic leather like the armrest, to put our legs more comfortable. And we will be with a lot of comfort, which I feel that for productivity work in an office, this is not that good. But if this is for a room where you play some games, you do some homework, but sometimes you watch a series or a movie, then it makes total sense, because when it's time to relax and watch something, this is really cool. But for the office work, then I would suggest using it like this, because we will have a lot more productivity. The assembly was super simple. I love the detail on the instruction manual. A single really large page that we can hang it on a wall, which I did. It was the first time that I had to assemble the foot support, which is completely metal here, this wheelbase, because it comes completely disassembled. It's a very strong plastic on the center, then it has these 5 chrome metal spokes that are really cool. Then it was just attaching the arms to the seat with 3 screws each, slotting the backrest into the seat and securing with another 3 really big screws, and finally placing it on the wheel base. So it was really easy to assemble, and although I would say that if you have someone else to help you out, it will be a lot easier, but one person only will be able without any issues whatsoever. Now, compared with other chairs that we have used here, we can compare this one to the ThunderX3 and even the Aeromax, because they are all mesh chairs, but this is the one that it's most comfortable so far. And one of the reasons that I believe that this happens, beside all of the movements that we will have, especially here on the lumbar support, and also this movement that doesn't seem much, but it is a lot of adjustments, especially when we sit down. But the materials that the chair is made, especially this mesh, that if you close your eyes, you won't feel like a mesh. It feels like fabric, and this is something really cool. So the sensation of a mesh system, which will let us breathe, and during the summer, which is really warm here, I feel really comfortable, but at the same time, we will feel the comfort of the fabric. So comparing this to the Aeromax, for example, which we feel the rubber is not bad, but it's not as good as fabric, and the ThunderX3 is a mix between rubber and fabric, but we feel that it's mesh. Here we don't. Differences that I did find as well is that the ThunderX3 has a metal back right over here. Here we will find a really strong plastic, and we don't have the tilt movement here on the armrests, but in compensation we have a lot more in terms of adjustments, and this 360 plus the 270 beats almost every movement that we don't have here. I've been using it during the summer, and it's really comfortable to use. We can breathe even with this closes and with the AC off, which is at this moment, but I will keep using during the winter, so I will give you feedback on the comfort. But I do imagine that colder environments, with any clothes that I put on, I will be comfortable, probably more comfortable than during the summer. Now, regarding noise, this is a stool that I rarely use, and when I use in this kind of videos, I almost don't move, because it will do all kinds of noises. So let's do a quick test here, and if I sit down right over here, what I do feel is that noises, well, we can do some noises, but besides the noises on the adjustments, nothing. Really comfortable. So this is one of the best chairs that I've used so far, been using for the past 2 weeks or so. And on the line of this kind of chairs, mesh chairs, which are not the cheapest ones, but are definitely the most comfortable chairs that I've used. And in terms of comfort, in terms of the adjustments, this is the most comfortable so far, and my feeling is that it's not only because of the adjustments here on the back and the lumbar support, it is also because of the mesh, which in reality feels like fabric. So this is something like an hybrid, at least my sensation is that one, and the best that I can share to that side of the screen. That being said, hope that you enjoyed the video, hope that you enjoyed to meet the MUSSO X700. If that was the case, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.